flies that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you for tuning in this Sunday evening. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. To take a look at the Pacers. Here in the early part of the season, they've acquired the third best record in the conference. And of course, Detroit, they're in fifth place.
And when I look at Indiana, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
Yeah, coming into the year, they were certainly one of the favorites, if not the favorite, and they have not disappointed.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Harris steps in at the 4 with Duran at the center spot. Cunningham is out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Thompson in at the small forward position. And for Indiana, at the guard positions, Halliburton and Nembhard. The forward spots with Nesmith and Siakam. And it's Zubats in at the center. Greg, no secret that these teams don't like each other. Could things get a little chippy tonight?
It would not surprise me at all, Kevin. These teams, not only fierce rivals, but there's a little bit of animosity for one another. Throw in the fact that both these teams play in the same conference. Yeah, I'd say the spirits might be high tonight.
Now, here is Halliburton. Pass to Nesmith. Halliburton against Cunningham. Halliburton with the bucket.
And when you have Halliburton's size as a guard, you should be comfortable working inside.
Now Cunningham. Here's LeVert. Now here's Duran. Pass to Cunningham. Fires the 3. Pascal Siakam grabs the miss. And Halliburton slams it in.
And a guy who can get up off the floor. Halliburton will throw one down if you're sleeping.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Cunningham passes to Duran. And here is Harris. Duran with the screen on Halliburton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
And regardless, it's great effort. You love to see that kind of hustle on defense.
Now here is Harris. Coming off a solid outing against Cleveland. And now Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Just a bit ago, Rick Carlisle and I were able to chat. I asked him what his thoughts were on Cade Cunningham, and he said Cade is extremely talented. He's got great size. He plays under control. He's one of those guys that makes his teammates better. It's easy to see why he initiates so much of their offense. Kevin, back over to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Now, here's Cunningham. Right now, he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Pass to Harris. Over Siakam. A nice shot by Harris.
Yeah, finding a way. That's what Harris does.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Nembhard against LeVert. It's deflected. 3-on-3. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket.
Well, it's early on in this one. Only one basket to speak of. There is time to start working together.
LeVert, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Zubats.
I love how tenacious LeVert is. Fantastic job of just knifing inside and forcing the D to react.
First free throw is good. You know, Tim, regardless of where he's played, Caris LeVert has always found a role.
Well, there's a lot to like, Kevin. He can defend as well as create offensively, and that means he's going to be in your rotation.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And it just seems like the Pacers have really shaken up the league, Greg, with their fast-paced, aggressive style.
Well, Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam, two star players who thrive in this up-tempo style. And if you look at the roster around them, the pieces fit.
Here's LeVert. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Pass to Cunningham. LeVert sets a screen for Cunningham. Down low, out to Harris. Launches a three. They get the rebound. Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Good luck dealing with Duren on the offensive glass. That's just an outstanding job staying with the play.
Nembhard, the pass to Halliburton. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. And when Tyrese Halliburton entered the NBA, Greg, scouts were worried about his shot release point.
It's definitely lower than you would teach, but by the same token, that's why he gets it off so quickly, making it a tough shot to contest.
Here's Cunningham. Still yet to score. Going inside. Lets it go from 11. Out to Thompson. Pass to Harris. Duren with a screen on Siakam. Clock at 6. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Jalen Duren has certainly forced him in this NBA. He's a nightly double-double.
Well, he looks like a bouncer at a nightclub, but you forget how young this guy is. If he keeps improving like this, Kevin, he has a chance to be one of the premier bigs in this league.
I was going to say the same thing about you, but I'll call you a Greek god as opposed to a bouncer in a bar. How's that?
I much prefer the Greek god description.
And he makes the first. And after years of disappointment, the Pistons, Tim, finally seem to have put it together.
And I think the key for them has been blending in the right amount of veteran leadership with their emerging young players. And I'll tell you what, this team still has a lot more upside.
And both free throws good for Duren. And do you figure, Tim, we're at that point in the season now where we can really evaluate who the top teams are?
Well, Kevin, I don't think there's any question about it. There are a handful of teams we knew coming into the season would be at the top. But now, as you look, there are additional teams starting to open our eyes, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens with the trade deadline to see who can make a move to close that gap at the top.
And one of the beauties of an 82-game schedule, right? You have a long time to prove yourself.
No doubt about it. There are phases to an NBA season. We're about to enter the most important one. Well, that's what I love about Duren. He understands his game and his limitations. He likes the ball down low. He is not going to take too many threes.
Here's Nembhard. 11 points last game. Halliburton with it. Picked up by Harris. Here's Siakam. The Pacers getting another chance here. No good from Zubac. And for Detroit, they come in off a good outing against Cleveland. LeVert kicks to Harris. Thompson sets the pick for Harris. Good on the three-point shot. Harris has got his second basket of the night.
Well, you can't give Tobias Harris that look from beyond the arc.
Pass to Nembhard. And Siakam has it in the corner. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth, it is really competitive out there.
Now, here's Cunningham. Still scoreless. Harris looking it over to the middle. Duren, no good.
Well, they did a great job putting a body on him, and they didn't allow him to convert.
Halliburton passes to Nembhard. Siakam outside. Another miss by Siakam.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
Pick off in midair. Here's Neesmith. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Zubac's a screen on LeVert. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
You know, Greg, after struggling with injuries to start his NBA career, Cade Cunningham is figuring it out.
And the former #1 overall pick in 21. Last season, his first All-Star appearance, and he's only getting started.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Buff's checked in. Toppin comes in for Pascal Siakam. Walker's checked in for Aaron Neesmith. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Andrew Nembhard.
And Harris is really effective shooting off the catch.
Pacers trail by 4. Now, here is Halliburton. 7 points in the game. Here's Huff. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
McConnell against Cunningham. Inside, here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
Indiana's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And here's McConnell, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Toppin with it. From outside, off the mark.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Duran lays it up and banks it in. Now it's a 5-point Piston lead.
Great at jumping into action on these plays, saving that possession for his team.
Pass to McConnell. On the wing, Walker. McConnell scanning the floor. Here's Toppin. A three-pointer off the mark. Detroit leading by 5. LeVert with it. Halliburton picks him up. The shot by Thompson, no good. The Pacers shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. A shot by McConnell, no good. Well, this league has some of the world's best athletes. But Asar Thompson, like his brother Amen, Tim, they're on another level.
Yeah, this guy has a top-tier burst and relentlessness to make things happen. He's already a stopper at the defensive end. You know, when you watch Cunningham, he can take total control of a game. He's got that 6'6" length, and then you combine it with his dribbling and passing ability. An impressive package.
Shepard's checked in for Indiana. Harris misses.
And he can't let that get to him. He should have made it, but he's got to focus on the next one.
Now McConnell. He has yet to score. Pass to Toppin. There's the 3. Rebound, Detroit. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, they really snuffed that one out. Didn't execute all that well. Fortunate to walk away with the W.
Well, it's a good sign for a team to win when they're not at their best. That shows great resolve.
Here's McConnell. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. And there's Toppin on the assist by McConnell.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
Pass to Duran. Here's Herter. Back to Duran. Right block shot. It's hauled in by Huff.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
It's stolen. Robinson with it. Picked up by Shepard. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And that one's on target from the wing.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
1:14 left to play here in the first. Here's Shepard. Guarded by Robinson. Pass to Walker from outside the arc. He doesn't hit that one.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
To the paint. Here's Duran. It's blocked. Here's Shepard. Misses the layup. Pistons leading by 7. Here's Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Harris has got 14 points.
He has been in a great flow tonight, converting at a high rate.
Here's McConnell. Hasn't made one yet. "20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 5. And here's Walker outside. Rebound by the Pistons. Duran's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Robinson for 3. The shot misses. Tobias Harris, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Detroit. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Early offense in this league is key. You've got to score before the defense can set up in the half court.
Pacers trail by 9. They'll be topping out there with Walker. And it's T.J. McConnell. Then there's Shepard. And it's Siakam in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. Jacks up a 3. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That is his first foul of the game. Holland, he's checked in for Detroit. Pistons leading by 9. And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That's foul number 2 for him.
All right, that's 2 fouls. Not a big deal, but you don't want to pick up that third before the half.
Now here's Herter. Still without a basket. Pass to Reed. Back to Herter. Just 5 on the clock. Robinson for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Robinson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Pistons.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Siakam's got his second bucket tonight.
Rise and fires. This is Siakam's attitude off the catch. And with these results, you understand why.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. And Tim, the improvement for the Detroit Pistons keyed by acquiring veteran floor spacers. You must like that aspect, am I right?
Yeah, I love that, Kevin. The fact that they have a star offensive player and they went out and added guys that can create more space for their best player and also can become a great defensive team.
Here's Herter. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Cleveland. Pass to Robinson. Now here's Herter. He's covered closely. Stewart is screen. Fires for three. The Pacers pull it in.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide open three.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. That's his first foul. Detroit on D. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. McConnell kicks to Toppin. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Shepard the pass to Siakam. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And despite all the accolades, GA, is it possible that Pascal Siakam is underrated?
Absolutely. Spicy P is one of the best two-way players in the league. Exceptionally versatile, and his impact goes beyond his impressive stat line.
And the first one drops. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night.
Brown is checked in for the Pacers. Pacers trail by 6. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Siakam, and Siakam throws it down.
And those are 2 loud points. Siakam flushes it without much effort.
Here's Cunningham, a 20-point game for him in the win against Cleveland.
And his scoring is going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Now here's Thompson. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game.
The craftiness on his finish helped Thompson grab the whistle on that play.
The Pacers making a switch here. Puffs jacked in. Thompson no good on the free throw. And one of the many challenges for a small market team like the Pacers, Greg, going up against that luxury tax.
And they've avoided carrying a payroll that would incur the tax, but right when they said they were planning to do just that, the Bucks stunned everyone with the maneuver to secure Pacers center Miles Turner and perhaps let him off the hook.
Now here is Robinson. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. McConnell against Cunningham. A shot by McConnell, no good. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Detroit. 6-point game. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. And so the timeout here taken by Rick Carlisle. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Halliburton's checked in for Shepard. Let's now take a look at some league leaders with the rundown of the best passing big men in the NBA over the past month. Pascal Siakam is second.
It takes a tremendous feel for the game to be able to make the passes these big guys are capable of making out of the low post.
Yeah, having a big guy who can create for others used to be a luxury, but now it's a requirement, and it makes your offense that much harder to defend.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Cade Cunningham is leading the way for this Pistons team. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said he shows belief in his teammates, and that's what leadership is. He's with you during the good and the bad. That gives the rest of his team more comfort and confidence. Kevin?
Establishing the mindset. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Siakam. Here's Reed, and the dunk by Reed.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
And now this offense feels like they can just do whatever they want.
And it's the Pacers with the ball after the basket by Detroit. Huff passes to Halliburton. Here's Toppin. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. Toppin's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And we're playing about as much defense as they did there. Not nearly enough.
The Pistons working the ball around now. And it's LeVert missing. Pacers trail by 7. Bounce pass Toppin. Toppin sets a screen for Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
And right now, Siakam is cooking. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep feeding the hot hand.
The Pistons have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. The Pistons making a change here. Duran's checked in. So a moment now to see the story for Cade Cunningham.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Duran with a screen on McConnell. Down low. And Duran slams it in.
And this is why you involve Duran in as many pick and rolls as you can. He's really good at positioning himself in that set.
Pacers trail by 7. Halliburton deciding where to go with it. To the inside. The 9-foot shot. And there's Toppin on the assist by Halliburton. Halliburton's got his 3rd assist on the night. Detroit's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Robinson for 3. No good that time. For Indiana, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. And Halliburton slams it in.
Gives the team such a great element having a 1 guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
Here's LeVert. The Pacers making the shot. Duran finds Cunningham. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Siakam. You know, Tim, one thing you hear about Cade Cunningham is his leadership skill.
Yeah, Kevin, he is very mature and unselfish. While this team definitely revolves around his play, he doesn't make it all about himself. And that is the difference.
The first one falls. All right, Legs, follow me here. You look at the rise of teams like Detroit, there's a lot to be said for having young legs.
Well played, Kevin, well played. And look, today's game exacts a physical toll. And if you think of it, that's especially true when you're playing a team like the Pistons. They play fast and they hit hard.
And GA, a lot of the best defensive teams in the league have some stout zone looks they can go to. Where do those in a game come in handy?
I mean, often it's a way of challenging opponents to make perimeter shots, but also you want to show different looks just to kind of disrupt the rhythm of a team's offensive flow.
Now, here's Cunningham, following the miss by Pascal Siakam. For 3, Harris, and Duran is right there. Duran's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Pass to Zubac. Puts one up from 19. No good on the shot.
Well, the defense was daring him to take that shot, and it paid off.
Shot's good by Duran.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
And Halliburton's got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. They trail by 9 points. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Poor execution in that one. Not sure what led to the lack of focus, but coaching staff definitely not happy.
Very few positives to take away from that game. I know it's one they're going to want to put behind them.
Toppin, he's checked in for the Pacers. Good on the second free throw.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
The three-pointer is right on target. And it's 9 points now in the game from Asar Thompson. And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
And now we get a chance to check out Tyrese Halliburton. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. And how about his top 10 ranking and free throw percentage? A knockdown shooter, ultra reliable from the line.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers. Always up to the challenge. His top 5 ranking has him right there with the elite.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Pistons leading by 8. Thompson outside. Cunningham outside. Duren with a screen on Halliburton. There's the lob to Duren. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yeah, catch and flush in one motion. Duren presents a big target out there.
LeVert against Nembhard. In the corner, it's Nesmith. And the three off target.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
LeVert. And Thompson kicks to LeVert. Shot clock at 6. Cunningham outside. And another three for Detroit.
And look at how he's evolved from his rookie year. Cade is so much more confident in his three.
Screen by Zubac. Here's Halliburton. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 11 rebounds in the game. Thompson in the corner. Trying his luck from deep. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Cunningham against Halliburton. Over Cunningham. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
The defense really didn't do enough to alter that shot. It's simply a miss.
Pass to Harris. Now here's LeVert. The screen from Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And how about the recognition there from LeVert? The coaching staff will appreciate that kind of ball movement.
And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. A minute 42 left in the first half. Halliburton passes to Nembhard. Back to Halliburton. Pass to Nembhard. And here is Nesmith. Halliburton in the corner. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Well, you know, he's been around the league a really long time, but Tobias Harris still performs at a high level every night.
And Indiana making a change here. Off's jacked in. Here's Duren. Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
LeVert against Nembhard. And here is Nesmith. 11 points for him in that last game against Chicago.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
They just need a spark. This is when your leaders have to step up.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
And here are the Pacers now. following the bucket by the Pistons. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And Halliburton doesn't get rattled easily. He's adept at finding ways to finish through contact.
27 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Pass to LeVert. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Harris kicks to Thompson. Now LeVert. Cunningham on the wing. 5 to shoot. With the clock winding down, and Duren slams it in.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Well, defensively, you've got to put a body on him. That guy will ruin you on the offensive glass.
And so is Detroit, holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. Their defense has been active and effective. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
Thanks so much, Rick. What did you think of your team's offensive execution in the first half?
We got to get it moving more. We got to get it driven more. They're very physical. You're trying to run plays. They blow all that stuff up. And so, bottom line with our offense, we got to get some more stops. That'll help our offense.
Defense leads to offense. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Allie, thank you for that interview. And we'll be back with more basketball in just a moment.
Howdy, folks. The moment you've been waiting for is here. Before we recap the first half, let's see what the standings look like in the East.
Checking out the Pistons, they've underperformed thus far, but they're still tremendous. Now comes the hard part. They've got to tinker with the team until they find that championship recipe.
Changing focus now to that first half, a brutal game so far for the Pacers.
Well, these guys can't hit the threes. Pretty hard to win like that these days.
Maybe they went to the Dr. O'Neil School of Shooting.
Big talk for somebody who averaged 11.9999, a.k.a. 12 points a game.
That's over a long time of years, though.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. We've seen Jalen Duren really having a great game.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
For most guys, that's a night's work. It shows you how dominant he's been to this point.
And Indiana shooting around 40% from the floor here. On the court for the Pistons, the forwards are Thompson and Harris. LeVert out there with Cunningham. And it's Duren in at the 5. Detroit with the ball. Cunningham with it. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Thursday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks. Then on Saturday, they'll take on Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. It's an 18-point lead. Harris, good.
And really a combo forward with a solid outside touch. Harris is the ideal fit for the modern NBA.
Here's Nembhard. Pass to Halliburton. For 3, Siakam. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. Halliburton's got 5 assists tonight. Here's LeVert. And Thompson kicks to Harris. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Neesmith with the ball. It's up against Thompson. Pass to Zubats. Now, here is Halliburton. Zubats with the screen for Halliburton. And the dunk by Zubats.
Nice job cleaning some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big follow. Here is Cunningham. The Pacers making the shot. Duran with the screen on Siakam. Now Duran. He's got 22. And it's LeVert missing.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
Here's Neesmith. Right through the D for the layup. Neesmith has got 5 points so far.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And what's great about Duran's production is it's consistent and he plays to his strengths.
And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's ready to talk things through with them. Tim, in your career, you played at every level of basketball, pro and college and before. What's the single biggest change in your mind as far as professional basketball outside the NBA?
Well, Kevin, I think globally the level of play has just risen dramatically. There's a much greater belief now that you can actually make it to the league, even if you're playing outside this country. And then the G League has created a much more streamlined path for those who want to work their way into the league.
G League has been terrific.
Sure has.
LeVert against Nembhard. Siakam passes to Halliburton. Here's Nembhard. LeVert defending. 5 on the clock. Here's Neesmith. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Neesmith has got 4 points in the quarter. Detroit leading by 14. Pass to LeVert. Halliburton against Cunningham. And here is Harris. Cunningham looking around. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Harris, no good. Now the Pacers with it. They're on a 13-5 run. Halliburton, no good. Detroit's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Harris kicks to LeVert. Pass to Cunningham. Here's the three. It's rebounded by Indiana. Siakam's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Inside to the wing on the left. Neesmith finds Zubats. Elbow shot is on the way. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Zubats has got 5.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And Aaron Neesmith gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Detroit with the ball. 22 is their biggest lead. Back to Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Yeah, this is Tobias Harris at his best. When he finds a rhythm like he has tonight, he can be really effective offensively.
Cunningham against Halliburton. Here's Halliburton. So, Tim, in the past, it's always been accepted that the veteran-laden teams would have an edge. But I don't know if we're seeing that as much now. What do you think?
Well, I think you used to see a lot more continuity with rosters across a number of years. But nowadays, much shorter contracts means you have teams that evolve and change more regularly than ever before.
Almost feels like you got to be more nimble as a franchise than ever before.
You absolutely have to have much more forethought because you keep these groups together for a shorter period of time.
And so he makes both from the line.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Cunningham with it. Halliburton picks him up. Pass to Duran. Cunningham outside. Over Halliburton. Can't nail the jumper.
When you're not at your best, it is great to have teammates who will pick up the slack.
Nembhard for three. Detroit with the rebound. Here's Cunningham. 11 points in the game. Stolen by Zubac. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Kevin. The Pistons are growing. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said, I appreciate the work that the guys have put in, and I'm proud of what they're becoming. But we have more work to do. We're still taking steps. Our guys have improved. The team has improved, but we're not finished yet. Back to you.
On the rise. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. That free throw, good from Nembhard. And both free throws good for Nembhard.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Pass to Harris. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Harris has got 22 points.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Pacers trail by 12. Now, here's Halliburton. 15 points in the game. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
And I'll give this to Halliburton. He's been in attack mode all night.
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Pass to LeVert. The Pistons working the ball around now. To the middle. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Tyrese Halliburton.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
And they've also done an outstanding job scoring in the paint, getting close looks and just pounding them inside.
And it's easy to see why so many are so high on Cunningham, a talented guard who can do a little bit of everything.
And so Cunningham nails both of them. Pacers trail by 12. And here's Halliburton. He's got 17. Zubac, the pass to Nesmith. Pass to Siakam. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Nembhard. This one for 3. Hands it from downtown. Nembhard's got it back down to single digits for Indiana.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make him pay.
Lays it up off the glass. Harris has got 24.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
Nembhard with it. LeVert defending. Nembhard the pass to Nesmith. Detroit with the rebound. Duran's got rebound number 15 here tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And he knows how deadly he can be off the dribble. I like the assertiveness Cunningham showed right there.
Cunningham against Halliburton. Here's Nembhard. That one goes. Count it. Nembhard's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And what I love about his performance tonight, he started slow, but he refocused at halftime, and he has really picked it up.
Pacers trail by 12. It's Cunningham with the rebound. The Pistons have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. Indiana making some changes. Obi Toppin's checked in for Zubac. Jarris Walker comes in for Nesmith. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Andrew Nembhard. Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for the Pistons. Now, here's Cunningham. 16 points for him. Pass to Duran. The tray. Pascal Siakam grabs the miss. Siakam's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And a wide open look for Walker. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Halliburton's got 6 assists here tonight. Cunningham with it. Robinson a screen on McConnell. Cunningham kicks to Robinson. Back to Cunningham. And here's Harris from the arc. Walker with the rebound. Pacers trail by 10. Here's McConnell. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. McConnell's got his first basket of the night.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
Well, the best approach against a bigger defender is to go right into their chest.
For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Here's Duran. And Duran slams it in.
And that is playing big down in the paint. Duran focused and flushing it home.
Indiana's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Toppin sets a screen for Siakam. And Walker kicks to McConnell. From past the arc, it's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 6th rebound on the night. Robinson against Halliburton. Robinson passes to Duran. Harris outside. Just 5 to shoot. Cunningham for 3. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
Pacers trail by 13. Siakam kicks to Halliburton. No good with the triple.
He seems a little out of rhythm right now.
Halliburton with the steal by himself. And Siakam throws it down.
What a display of quickness there. If you need to get out and run, Siakam's your guy.
We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter of the game. Cunningham against McConnell. Pass to Robinson. And here's Thompson. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Halliburton for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pistons.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Offensive rebound. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for McConnell. Averaging 5 points per game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he's also a bit of a stopper defensively. They put him in, and their defense really tightens up.
And that's such a valuable tool for this team. His defense can really shift the momentum.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Huff's jacked in, and Shepard subbed in for Halliburton. And a switcher also for Detroit. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Thompson. And both free throws good for Duran.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Now McConnell. Here's Toppin. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. McConnell's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to Huerter. The shot from the low post is good.
Excellent play. Just adding fuel to the fire and really trying to put this one out of reach.
Well, with the pace of this game, you don't want to leave anything to chance.
Now, here's McConnell. Here's Huff. Here's Toppin. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Well, he's certainly not the reason they're down. If they're going to grab the lead here, more guys are going to have to step up.
Cunningham kicks to Harris. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, he has dictated the tempo this entire quarter, getting basically whatever he wants offensively.
Shepard, the pass to Huff. Pass to Shepard. And again, it's the Pacers from deep. And so it's Detroit, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more in store for you right after this. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hey, it's all about who's more physical. And you got to beat them early. Defensive possession. These guys are going to wear down, but we got to make them wear down.
Well, imploring his guys to up the aggressiveness on the defensive side.
And Kevin, preaching physicality. When you play for Coach Carlisle, you got to bring energy.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Siakam is out there with Toppin. Then there's Shepard, and it's T.J. McConnell, and it's Walker in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Now, here's McConnell. Pass to Siakam. Over in the corner, Shepard. Outside, Walker. 6 to shoot. Takes the 13-footer. Toppin can't get it to go. Robinson dishes to Cunningham. Shoots from the elbow. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Cunningham's got 23 points.
Yeah, that was an easy one. Cade has every shot in his bag.
No one near Herder as he lets it fly. And again, it's the Pistons from deep.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, we talk about winning basketball all the time and what it looks like. Well, that defense right there, that's the opposite of that.
Siakam finds McConnell. Can't cash in from close range. Here are the Pistons with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Herder, no good. Pacers trail by 17. Shepard, the pass to Toppin. And then Toppin with the jam.
And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. We'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam. So it's the Pistons now. The Pacers making the shot. Now, here is Reed. Back to Cunningham. For the 3. Comes up empty, 7 for 15 with that miss. For Indiana, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Siakam. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, great scorer and passer. Defenses have to respect both, and he fooled them there with the pump fake.
He's off on the first.
And with Siakam, it's been fun to watch his post-game develop. He's got a host of moves in the paint.
Halliburton's checked in for Shepard. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Duran's checked in. Now, here's Cunningham. Over McConnell. And again, it's the Pistons missing. And Siakam has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. It's a 14-point game. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Oh, the balance and focus. Halliburton able to power through contact and convert.
The free throw off from Halliburton.
So valuable to this team. Halliburton gives them whatever they need when they need it. This guy is both patient and prolific.
It's been a quiet game for him to this point on the offensive end, but the team has still played well enough to hold the lead.
Toppin kicks to Halliburton. Back to Toppin. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Halliburton's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Duren with a screen on McConnell. And Duren slams it in.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That is just nasty right there by Duren.
Pacers trail by 11. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Halliburton for 3. Rebound by the Pistons. 22 is their biggest lead. Herter with it. He's picked up by Walker. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. The Pacers making a switch here. Ruff's jacked in. Duren the pass to Robinson. Pass to Reed. Lock at 6. Here's Cunningham. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Cunningham's got 14 points now in the second half.
Oh, let me tell you something. Cade Cunningham has gone from a rising star in this league to a bona fide star and putting up big numbers tonight.
Now, here's Halliburton. And here is Siakam. Reed covering. Robinson pulls it in. Pistons leading by 13. Cunningham outside. Pass to Duren. Now Herter. The Pistons working the ball around now. Nailed from three-point land. And the Pistons lead by 16.
Well, he is a huge talent, and he's been hitting shots, but so have his teammates. It's been a collective effort.
Siakam against Reed. Toppin kicks to Siakam. And they get it. Back to Toppin. Pass to McConnell. Drills the three-pointer.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately, Zubac is checked in for Indiana. Then for the Pistons, Harris is checked in for Reed. Thompson comes in for Kevin Herter. And it's LeVert in for Duncan Robinson. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
J.B. Bickerstaff had some words for his team over the break. He said, "This is who we are. This is the pace. Don't let up." He said it doesn't matter if they go on a run. What matters is how we respond. They plan to respond with a fury, guys.
Thank you, Allie. Halliburton for 3. Rebound by the Pistons. Duren's got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming. A nice shot by Harris.
And so far, Harris is having his way on offense. The defense just has not found an answer for his energy on that end.
Here's Halliburton. In the corner, it's Toppin. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pass to LeVert. Drops in the layup for 2.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And here is Siakam. And here's McConnell. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Well, this has been far from his best game, and if they're going to come back here, he's got to find a way to get going.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
There is no doubt about it. They've done a great job minimizing all of the external factors.
Here's Zubac following the bucket by the Pistons. Left side, Halliburton. Good, and a nice assist from Siakam. Halliburton's got 4 points in the quarter.
He's done a great job filling up the box score, but so far it just hasn't been enough. He needs help.
So it's the Pistons now. Cunningham with it. Down low, Thompson. And again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. And Halliburton's got the ball here for Indiana. Trailing by 19. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That will complete this 4-game homestand.
And how about the commitment there from Halliburton, sticking with it and getting himself to the line.
Halliburton hits them both.
And he has made it a point to get to the line here in the second half.
Cunningham against McConnell. Thompson, a screen on McConnell. Out to Thompson. For 3, Harris. They grab their own miss. Takes the 3. That shot off the mark.
It's just not his night from the 3. But this is exactly why you can't live and die by that shot.
Back to Siakam. Misses the 3. LeVert with it. Zubac defending for 3. And it's Karis LeVert with the 3.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
Now, here's McConnell. Pass to Zubac. Now, here's Halliburton. It doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Harris. Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
The Pacers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Here's Toppin. Now Siakam. And you look at the G League's impact on player development, Greg, it's become very significant.
And I think the two-way contract was a great addition as well, allowing players to contribute with the big league team while also developing in the G League. What a great combination.
And here's Cunningham. After Obi Toppin was able to get the triple. Shots good by Duren.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And now we'll take a moment for our presentation of our player of the game, Jalen Duren.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Teams need contributions from everybody to win on the road, not just the stars. And he's done more than his share tonight, an outstanding performance. Now, here is Halliburton. And such a nice move to make the basket work. Halliburton's got 14 points now in the second half.
The touch on Halliburton's shot really opens the floor up for him, letting him get to that mid-range.
It's stolen by Duren. Pass to Thompson. And he banks in the layup. Thompson's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
Well, the volume has been there, but so has the efficiency, which is why they're in control of this game.
And here are the Pacers now, following the bucket by the Pistons. That's tipped.
Nice rejection right there by Duren. I see you, big fella. Go after everything in there.
Deflects the pass, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. For the Pistons, Paul Reed's checked in for Tobias Harris. Kevin Huerter comes in for Thompson. Robinson is subbed in for Karis LeVert. Halliburton outside. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by the Pistons. Now Huerter. So when you look at different approaches to player recovery, from load management, say, Tim, to rub some dirt on it and get back in there, Where do you stand on all of that?
Well, I do think teams have done a better job of trying to make sure players are protected from themselves and make sure they're getting enough rest. But I also think there are times guys should be allowed to play through certain types of minor injuries.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pistons.
As one-sided as it gets today, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jalen Duren.
Well, what a highlight reel he put together, playing his game and contributing in a big way.
Stolen by Zubac. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Can't complete the alley-oop. Halliburton against Cunningham. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Jalen Duren.